I don't like anybody telling me what to do. And lately, the left wants to tell everybody it's the we all know this. You should. Stop telling me what to do. You go do it. You want to support stuff that the government should stay out of? You go do it. No one's stopping you from paying more taxes.
Welcome to Twins Brothers. Hollywood's favorite anti-woke comedian has been exposing the industry's ugly side for years. Never afraid to call out what others won't. This time, he's back with another move, and the fallout is wild. So, what did he reveal about Hollywood now, and what was Hollywood's response to that? If you've spent any time online, you know Tim Allen isn't the type to keep his mouth shut. He's the guy who tweets something wild, lays back, and watches the woke crowd lose it. He's done it before, and you know he'll do it again. But this time, his latest tweet hit differently.
I mean, first of all, he wants to know what the face of woke look like, and here's what I picture. These trolls that hide behind their computer or their screens and their laptops and their keyboards, because those are the people that complain the most, those whose faces we do not see.
And as everyone fired up, the reaction was insane. One tweet, and Twitter mobs completely lost it. They couldn't handle Tim Allen calling them out. People were rushing to cancel him. But let's be real. Tim's never been the type to back down.
It's actually disturbing on a fundamental level. It's gotten to the point where literally there's part of me, a deep part of me, that just, F it, bring it on. If you want to cancel me, go ahead. I mean, I can't.
We'll let the woke crowd tell him what to say. But that's not the only thing making woke Hollywood lose it. Tim's been poking the bear for years, and he's gotten pretty good at it.
I'm not a toy. You are a toy.
Take his Disneyland trip, for example. While enjoying the park, he overheard a 13-year-old kid questioning if he was pansexual because he liked skillets. Classic Tim. As expected, the backlash was instant, with the woke crowd accusing him of insensitivity. But here's the truth. Hollywood hates Tim Allen because he's not afraid to ask the questions they'd rather.
Do you still enjoy stand-up, my friend, as much as you did in the early days?
There's moments that it's more. It reminds me of my anarchist background.
Rather ignore. So why does he keep getting under their skin? They've tried everything to cancel him, but guess what? Tim doesn't play by Hollywood's rules. Let's rewind to when ABC canceled Last Man.
Let's talk about Last Man Standing. Congrats on this.
No, thanks very much.
I watched it when it was on ABC.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it wasn't on ABC.
Tell the 300 of the crew and everybody the same thing. We're all going, this is the best show I've ever been on. What? We're off the air. We all thought we were at the top of their game at ABC. Who knows how networks work? I don't know, but it was dropped.
Standing. In case you didn't know, it was one of their top-rated shows, second only to Modern Family. Yet, they dropped it like a hot potato. What?
Dinner's ready in 10.
Hey, come out here.
Touch anything.
Right, and I don't like gum in there too, but all right, when we're driving around, what do other people do when they see us?
They do this.
You know why they do that? This truck is older than you, but it's a classic, and people realize it's a classic. And you're a classic too.
How flattering. I'm an old truck.
Because Tim Allen dared to portray a likable conservative on mainstream TV. In Hollywood, that's a big no-no. As Tim himself put it,
You went to the presidential inauguration, right?
I was invited by, we did a VIP thing for the vets and went to the Veterans Ball, and so I went to go see the Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, I went to the inauguration. It was
I'm not attacking you.
You're getting this down. I'm not kidding. You got to be real careful around here. You get beat up. If you don't believe what everybody believes, this is like 30s Germany. I don't know what happened. If you're not part of the group, you know what we believe is right. I go, well, I might have a problem with that. I'm a comedian. I like going on both sides.
Yeah.
This government does stuff big. I've never been to anything like that.
There's nothing more dangerous, especially in today's climate, than a funny, likable conservative. Tim didn't even try to hide it. His politics were clearly the issue, but instead of backing down, he called it out. Here's where it gets interesting. ABC might have canceled him, but Fox stepped in and picked up Last Man Standing.
Everybody, welcome to season 7 of All right, here we go. All right, here we go for the top.
giving him a new platform to reach his audience. So, while ABC tried to make an example out of him, Tim ended up winning. And then there's his new show, The Santa Clauses, on Disney+. The fact that Disney
Ushering Christmas for us, then this guy. For nearly 30 years, Tim Allen has become synonymous with Santa Claus.
I'm in big trouble.
After starring in the 1994 classic film.
Merry Christmas to all. And to all.
Disney brought him back proves they know Tim isn't going anywhere. They may try to censor him, but they also know he's got a loyal fan base Hollywood can't ignore. Then there's Peyton's role on the show. Now things really heat up in the Santa Clauses. Tim's character made a small joke about saying Merry Christmas, only to realize it's suddenly a problem. One joke, and the woke Twitterverse exploded.
Peyton's on the show, but I'm dressed as Santa Claus. So he's doing the same look to me. He's going, oh, look at you. And I go, no, man, I'm a fan. But I'm under 7 feet of makeup. And I was like a kid.
Some called it offensive. Others said it was politically divisive. But let's be real. It's the Santa Clauses, a Christmas show. A joke about Christmas should be the least surprising thing. Still, the outrage was real. Podcaster and filmmaker Scott Weinberg kicked it off by sharing the line on Twitter, and the internet went wild. People tore into Tim for, get this, bringing right-wing...
And then what I got to do sometimes is explain, which I hate in big arenas, that this is a thought police thing, and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Politics into Christmas. But here's the darker truth. Tim isn't just facing Twitter mobs. The entire Hollywood system is built to silence voices like his. As Tim says, the thought police are everywhere. Tim has spoken out about how political correctness has totally changed comedy, making it nearly impossible for...
So, Tim, you and I both started stand-up comedy in the 80s.
And Leno says hi, by the way.
Oh, Jay Leno, my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And still, you're still doing it, right?
44 cities just finished.
See what I mean by the hardest working man?
Comedians to take risks. He's not afraid to admit how this affects him either. Tim grew up in comedy, inspired by legends like Richard Pryor and Lenny Bruce. Comedians who pushed boundaries and weren't afraid to make people uncomfortable.
Use some provocative words, but I tell them it's words I really got from my parents. Yeah. They said this stuff, and we talked about it. I can't even say it here. I can't even point to it.
Yeah.
It is an alarming thing for comedians, but my act has really been about family and kids and growing up anyway. But I was going to say, if I do some stuff. The women in my life were, whatever political party it was, always they hated the government and who's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
They always argued about that over vodka.
But now, every joke is picked apart, every word analyzed. For comedians like Tim, it's a nightmare. He even joked on The View that he'd probably get canceled just for using words he heard growing up from his own parents. But Allen hasn't backed down. In fact, he's doubled down. He refuses to live in fear of being canceled and would rather face backlash than lose his integrity. That fearless attitude is why Hollywood can't get rid of him, no matter how hard they try. When ABC acts Last Man Standing, Fox picked it up instantly. Outrage, and proving he's here to stay. And let's not forget his stance on cancel culture. Tim Allen refuses to give in to cancel culture. In one interview, he said he understands the pressure, but won't change his comedy just to make people happy. He compared cancel culture to high school, where everyone's ready to attack you over the smallest thing, calling it ridiculous. He even joked that people might cancel him for using words his parents used. Cancel culture has left comedians scared to tell jokes, but not Tim. He keeps going, no matter the angry mobs, blacklisting, or Hollywood trying to shut him up. Tim Allen's determination has made him impossible to cancel. By staying true to who he is, he's proven Hollywood wrong and beaten them at their own game. So, what do you think? Is cancel culture overreacting to Tim Allen, or does he deserve the heat he's getting? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future videos. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll like this one too.